You read the title. Let's talk about it. This is how long the video is going to be, and this is how long I have to film it. It's not going to work. Realistic goals. And then I'm going to have to edit it. Echo is about way more than just one thing. It might be easy to think that it's about Indigenous representation. It was directed by a Navajo director. There was a Mohican lead actress. There were Choctaw consultants brought on board. But thematically, despite the fact that it features Native representation, Indigenous representation all the time, the major theme is the cycle of violence and the trauma associated with this. Hilariously enough, there's actually like a disapproving grandma figure, just like Encanto. It has the same energy. You will note that I have not said spoilers. That is on purpose. You read the title. It's a spoiler-free review. Just a couple of housekeeping things to get out of the way. It is rated MA, right? It's gritty. It's realistic. It's like more graphic than any other Marvel show. So if that's not your cup of tea, then you should just be warned about that. And yes, it is a Marvel show, but do you need to have watched any single Marvel thing in order to enjoy it? No. This show is as much a Marvel TV show as like Andor is a Star Wars show. What is being said in the show completely transcends the universe in which the plot is happening. You saw the trailer and you saw Kingpin, so you should know that one of the major focuses of the show that is treated with, I think, a lot of nuance is how criminality is often an expression of trauma. If the show only, we'll zoom in for this. If the show only did a good job treating that well, it would be worth watching. But there are literally so many other things happening in the show that are worth your time. It's mind-bendingly good. I absolutely, if you cannot tell, recommend you watch it. One of the tensions that exists throughout the show is this tension between the warrior and the healer. If you want to protect the people around you, how much should you embrace self-defense versus how much should you embrace healing? This happens a couple of times where Maya is attacked and the appropriate response is to defend herself. And so it starts to blur the line between whether or not this criminality is something that is being chosen versus is it something that is being imposed on the character. Okay, I'm running out of time and it's starting to get too late to be talking this loud. So let's just summarize. I think it would be possible to perceive these two different themes, the themes of Indigenous representation and the cycle of violence, as separate. But I don't think that that is responsible or accurate to history at all. One of my favorite books that I read this year is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I've discussed it in other videos, and it's worth putting in dialogue with this, The Broken Heart of America by Walter Johnson. Why is there a picture of the arch on the front, and what does it have to do with this show? The arch is here on the front of the cover of the book because the arch is a monument to manifest destiny, a monument to westward expansion. We cannot separate Indigenous representation from the cycle of violence and the healing of intergenerational trauma because our country was founded on inflicting intergenerational trauma. It doesn't seem like it, but Indigenous representation in media is naming history. Naming history is part of how you break the cycle of violence, at least according to people like Brian Stevenson who have studied apartheid South Africa and they have studied Germany. You do not get to the transition from warrior to healer unless you are willing first to do the truth telling. I still have 10 minutes to edit this. It might work. It's probably not going to work. Rendering, it's going to take practically all that time. Anyway, I'm Charlie. If you've never met me before, I'm a bioethicist. I used to be a physics teacher who turned into a content creator and author, writer, aspiring author. I make content about a lot of things, mostly books related. Patreon is the best way to support if you are still here. I do not thank my patrons enough. They are what is keeping this channel stable. And we're very close to getting all the way there. I have been talking for too long, so I'm going to wrap this up. You can also buy these books in my affiliate reading list. Hooray! End of video. Y'all, the number of times I take a book off the shelf, put it back on the shelf so that I can film myself taking it off the shelf. It's an embarrassing number of times.